courts are becoming impatient with Donald Trump and his band of lawless acolytes. What can be done? As commander-in-chief, Trump should be subject to court-martial and discharged from office, but he controls the military. So while this is a theoretical possibility, it is completely impractical. The courts are exploring criminal contempt. Even if a court found Trump or one of lackeys in criminal contempt, Trump could pardon the offender, so this remedy is not particularly effective. We have to look elsewhere for a better remedy. Recall that the Constitution requires certain office holders take an oath of office. It is well known that the President's oath is specified in Article 2, Section 1, Clause 8, and includes swearing to faithfully execute the office and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, but the requirement to take the oath extends to many others besides the President. Article 6, Clause 3 provides that the senators and representatives before mentioned, and the members of the several state legislatures, and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution. Obviously, the writers of the Constitution thought the oath was important, otherwise they would not have put it in two of its articles. But they failed to put any explicit enforcement mechanism in the Constitution, seemingly rendering it a meaningless mouthing of words. Rather than accept that result, the better view is that the enforcement mechanism is in the Constitution by implication. Here one might suggest impeachment and removal from office is that mechanism, but there are problems with that suggestion. First, failure to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution doesn't seem to fit nicely in the impeachment category of treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors, and in fact, if the writers had wanted to include it in the category, they easily could have added it, but they didn't. Moreover, the oath applies to members of state legislatures, people beyond the reach of federal impeachment, so while impeachment may be a remedy for some failures to observe the oath, it cannot be the exclusive one. What else is there? Once a court finds Trump or one of his acolytes in criminal contempt, the immediate next step should be to enter a show cause order why the offender should not be stripped of his or her office for fail. You're to abide by their oath of office. Of course, this would likely result in a series of appeals, but the ultimate outcome could be their removal from office. I suggest that's the remedy the Constitution provides by implication, and it should be embraced if push comes to shove.